Well, here we are. It is the morning. I believe just our second morning really hunting, and see two nice bucks over in this hemp field. Unfortunately, it's just off the property we can hunt, but we're both pretty sure that they're coming from the property we can hunt onto the hemp. So we have a couple cameras on some pretty well-used game trails. So we're just kind of glassing, taking a look at the bucks so we know what's here. But as you can see, I'm glassing standing up. It's actually scientifically proven that if you glass while standing, it's roughly 8 times cooler than glassing sitting. So we're glassing standing up, looking at a nice 4x3 and a big old forked horn, and we're enjoying the morning. So we're gonna check some cams in a bit and hopefully set up some pop-up blinds. So that's what's going on. Alrighty guys, here in Colorado, and it's our, I don't know, I think our 3rd day here. Got some rockstar energy. And it's kind of tough because we're hunting this property, and you know, the deer we're seeing the best bucks on a hemp field that's not on the property, but it's just off. So we found this deer trail that's hammered. I mean, it's like probably one of the most impressive deer trails I've ever seen. It's like a highway going to and from the hemp field from this property. So we haven't really had time to run cams since we just found it. I hung one yesterday morning, and there was already some deer on it. So, and you could just tell by the tracks. I mean, the thing is smoked with sign. So the deer are definitely using it. The question is, are the big bucks? We've seen about 5 really good bucks that we'd be happy with in that hemp field. So the question is, do they use this trail? So I'm sitting here closer to the hemp field, and Tove is sitting back away from the hemp field. The trail's like long. It's a long trail. It's big the whole time. So we don't know where to expect them from, you know. So Tove's over there. I'm sitting here. It's 3:07. Probably gets dark about 7:30. So we are going to sit here. I'm gonna sip on this Rockstar, and hopefully we have some action this afternoon. Yeah, it's basically our first day. Actually, I mean, we've been hunting, but we've mostly just been glassing and figuring out how to hunt this property. So this afternoon's kind of our first time really hunting. And anyone who knows me most knows spot and stalk mule deer is my all-time favorite hunting. But on this property, it's just very, very difficult to spot and stalk just because of the terrain and the amount of trees, and I just felt like a pop-up blind was perfect here. So as I always say, we do what it takes to be successful, and in this case I think that set a pop-up blind. So we're sitting here on this trail, got about a 20 to 30 yard shot depending which window I get an opportunity in. I'm gonna have to grunt at him, hopefully stop him, make a shot. So that's what's going on, and I'll flip the camera on if we see some deer. It's the next day in the blind again, and it's the afternoon. We sat in the morning. yesterday evening I saw about 6 does at about 7 o'clock. And this morning my dad saw, I don't know, 5 or 6 deer and one little forked horn. So they're definitely using these trails in here again, and I think this plan will work. It's just about sitting here enough for one of these big boys to make a mistake. So setting the blind again, and we'll see what happens this afternoon. It is just about 7 o'clock, and I just had that buck come by. It was right about 40 yards. I think it was a 3x2, decent buck, but let him go by. There's some nice bucks here, so hoping that one of them makes a mistake and comes by within range. So it was exciting to see him, and I've seen a few other deer earlier. So it's been a good sit so far, and we're definitely getting to prime time now, so got about another maybe 45 minutes to sit, and we'll see what comes in. Well, I'm heading in to the blind for the afternoon hunt. This morning was unfortunately pretty slow. I did not see any deer at my blind, which has actually been typical sort of in the mornings at my spot. But my dad did see one doe, and last night I saw a decent buck, so got high hopes for this afternoon. So got another few minutes here to hike to the blind, and should be settled by about 4 and sit till about 7:40. So it's gonna be a fun afternoon, and hopefully a big boy comes in. I don't know how good the footage was, but I had a buck come in, nice big forked horn, and I think I made a good shot, but it didn't look like I got much penetration, so I'm a little worried. I caught shoulder, but left, right, and height, it was good, I think, so we're gonna see. But my arrow was sticking out a long way, so I'm a little worried. But we'll see how it goes. I know the shot was good, but the penetration did not look good, so we're gonna see what happened. So unfortunately, one of the pillars on my blind was a bit in the way of the camera. You could see the deer's head, but I had a better setup on the camera. It would have been perfect, but then I moved it so I could see him over here, and he came right on the path, and I hit him right there. It was about 35-40 yards, and I went down there and went about 10 feet down the blood trail, and the blood looks really good. So I don't know why my penetration looks so bad, but I do think with the blood I saw, I think it'll do the trick. So my dad's coming over right now. It's early. It's, I don't know, 7:19 in the morning. So my dad's gonna come over and we're gonna go see if we can find this buck. Not perfect footage, but I did what I could. It's hard to self-film with those pillars in the blind, as you could see, and if I just didn't move it, it would have been perfect, but it looked like the buck was gonna come over here, so I wanted to be ready to get that footage, and then he came straight in front of me, and if I would have lifted the camera up, it would have been good footage, but with a deer that 3 bucks that close, I just can't really like move or do too much, you know, and it's happening fast. So I apologize for not the best shot footage, but you self-filming, self-hunting, it's hard, but I did what I could, and hopefully you guys enjoy the video anyways. So I'm hoping we find this buck. I felt good about the shot. Left to right was good, height was good, I think. Blood looks good. My guess would be I hit him, my arrow probably went all the way through, hit the back shoulder, and then maybe kind of popped back out. So that's what I'm guessing, and we'll see if I'm right. We tracked the buck a couple 100 yards, and unfortunately right where I shot him, you could see a branch, a pretty good sized branch that my broadhead went right through right before it hit him. So unfortunately that robbed some speed. Still looks like I got at least maybe 10 inches of penetration, so for a deer, you know, that should be enough. But we tracked him for a little ways, being careful, and we did actually bump him up, but I don't think he went very far. He got up, and I think he laid back down again pretty quick. So we are going to head back to camp for a few hours and go out to last blood, and hopefully he's down by then. So not ideal to bump him, but like I said, he wasn't bolting, he was just kind of moving a little bit, so it might actually be good to kind of keep that blood flowing and bleeding out. So I feel pretty good that we'll recover the buck. My shot was super good, left to right, height, but that branch, I mean, it was a big branch. That sucker robbed a lot of energy, I guess, so you never know what could happen. The odds of teeing up that branch are super small, but luckily it was right in front of him, so I don't think it deflected the arrow too much. And yeah, we'll go back to camp, chill for a little while, and then come see if we can find him. So like I said, feeling pretty good. I would have liked to just found him by now, but obviously, but the best thing we could do is back out, and hopefully he just lays down one more time, and that's it. He's still bleeding. Blood's died a little, but it's still pretty good. So yeah, we're gonna see what happens. Well, as you can see, there's a branch sheared clean off with a rage, so it went, I don't know, something like, I think actually like that, and it just sawed through it perfect. And the deer was standing right here, so he's only a couple feet behind. The elevation I'm really happy with. As you can see, I think the penetration went to about here, so that's almost a foot of penetration. And he started bleeding quite a bit right away, and then over time it got a little less, but it was still pretty decent. He went through here and shook my arrow about 15 yards out. So yeah, unfortunate to hit that branch. It actually looks like I hit it twice, like once up here and once here, so it probably opened when it hit him, which sucks, but, or almost for sure, but yeah, what can you do? You gotta adapt and do the right thing. So I'm gonna go back to camp for like 3 hours, and hopefully come back and he didn't go too far from where we last saw him. So that's the game plan. We'll see how it goes. Alrighty, so I shot the deer over by a knob over there, and we jumped him over here, and we knew that this ravine ran past the road, so we figured we would drive the road to see if any blood went across the road, and there's no need, because if you look, that deer is down right there, right next to the road. So for whatever reason, I have a very, I guess a good talent for shooting deer next to roads, or elk next to roads. This is like my 4th one in a row that's died right next to a road. And this is a main road, and he's like 15 yards. So yeah, we're gonna hop the fence, and I guess, and go check him out. Well, we are across the fence, and we're gonna go check out my buck. Not beautiful big Colorado forked horn, so definitely happy. Saw him come out. I knew he was a good forked horn, and it's been tough. It's been tough hunting here. Haven't really had many opportunities. I had another opportunity at a smaller buck, and I saw this guy come out and knew I was gonna try to shoot him if I got an opportunity, and thankfully it worked out. So I'm really happy with him. He's a nice buck, and yeah, I mean, he didn't go too far, and we found him and recovered him, so a relief for sure. I mean, the blood trail and the hit with that stick wasn't perfect, but obviously he didn't go far, and he died within 45 minutes probably, so or less. So that's actually my first big game animal in Colorado. So I've now harvested a big game animal in 5 states, California, Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, and now Colorado. So couldn't be more pumped. We got some work to do, but we're gonna get it done and get this old boy frozen up and on ice, and couldn't be more pumped. Colorado mule deer. Alrighty guys, here he is, my first ever Colorado harvest. Beautiful mule deer buck, big nice forked horn, and very proud of him. We hunted hard. Some very nice people let us hunt their ranch, and in the past it's been supposedly just filled with a lot of really nice bucks, and we've seen about 5 nice big bucks. But the hunting's been tough. I mean, we've been working hard and sitting our blinds, and we haven't had too much opportunity at bucks. I've only passed really 1 buck that walked the opposite way that this one did. So when I saw him come out with the other 2 bucks, I knew he was a nice mature forked horn, and I decided to punch my tag on him. He's a beautiful buck. And it's a little kind of cool being a Southern California guy to get a big forked horn. Shout out to my SoCal viewers, but this is the type of bucks we have out there, big forky. So that's pretty cool. And he didn't go far. The shot was a little crazy with hitting the branch, and I wasn't quite sure whether to tag the branch or tag the deer, but we decided to tag the deer. So a relief, and we got good amount of days left for Tove to get it done. I think he's gonna go steal my blind, pull the robbery, and hopefully he can get this buck's grandpa. But either way, proud of him and super excited that he didn't go far and I made a good shot. And thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you in D16.